welcome to this month in Warhammer, our monthly update on all things in the world of Warhammer at Triple Crown Studios. I'm joined today, as ever, by my illustrious friends, Max the Chieftain Hurley, Scott the Duke McHugh, and you are in
the presence
the
of
presence of the Lore Master
of Warhammer Fantasy Battle.
I don't know
He's
about
the
that.
Lore Master.
I definitely think that was a shot at my waistline. 100%. So you are stuck being led today by me, James Lamin. So we're in, as usual, for our mix of roundtable discussions about all aspects of the hobby, from the serious to the silly. So as ever, we're going to have a look at new model releases. We'll move on to the month in our hobby as a group. We'll look at the social media, the buzz that's been there, or not in this case. The Warhammer news, as we like to call it. And this month's topic of discussion, which is actually the launching of the Triple Crown Wargaming channel. And then finally, we'll have a little chat with you all about what you can expect to see on the channel in the coming 4 weeks. So, without further ado, chaps, I think we'll take a look at some of the new models that have been released.
Yeah.
Now, usually this would be a 4-week sort of cycle, so we'd have just the 4 weeks, but there's been some awesome stuff right back from sort of February, which I don't think
a lot of stuff's come out recently.
we've had a lot of chances to talk about, and I know that you guys have picked some of it up as well, and I haven't yet, but there's some cool stuff there. So I wanted to start by talking about those new Slanesh Keeper Secrets. If you've not seen them, I don't know how much they are. I don't know when they're coming out.
They got released. They were
Are they
previewed.
like a Monday preview thing
Monday
or whatever?
preview.
Or like,
Today, what's today's dates? It's
I don't know.
It's like end of
25th.
20th of April. So they were previewed the Monday before the 25th of April.
Okay, that's us being super accurate with the time.
Yep.
19th.
There you go, 19th.
There you go. That's why he's the accountant.
But yeah, they were previewed on the 19th on Warhammer Community, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just awesome. If you've
They
not
are
seen
nice.
them, go and check them out. Even if you're not into demons, I just think they're
Yeah,
quite
they're
nice.
nice.
Riding off the back of the new Foot Keeper Secrets. Or not Foot, not the updated
The actual
Keeper
Keeper Secrets
Yeah.
plastic one.
Bringing
yeah,
these
that's
ones out.
a great figure as well.
It just rides on the success of how good they look, to be honest.
Yeah,
Yes.
I wasn't a huge fan of the fan, as it were, the sort of the bit behind. But yeah, I mean overall he's a lovely one.
I just think you're objectively be wrong. I think the fan's great.
Well, you can have that.
It's
opinion.
like a demon peacock. I love it.
That's a demon.
That's what I want walking around my garden. That's when I know I've made it in life.
you just
demon peacock.
You just want to keep our secrets walking around your garden.
Yeah, just doing the demon peacocks. We're fine. We're not going mad. But Slanesh have had a double bump this month, haven't they?
Yeah.
Because you've had all of the kind of what do they call it, Hedonite stuff.
He Knights of Slanesh, yeah.
Which I think there's a lot of stuff in there that will definitely transfer over into classic fantasy battles.
Certainly.
I know you've picked up Sigvald, haven't you?
I picked up the new Sigvald.
What's your plans?
I'm going to be using him as a Slaneshi Demon Prince in my Warriors Chaos Army.
Yeah.
I already own one of the regular Demon Princes, but he's currently painted green.
Yes.
So I mainly use a Slaneshi Demon Prince, so he's not exactly colour fitting. And what he's modelled with, obviously.
And why repainting? Just buy a new one.
Exactly. Who's got time for repainting? We can just buy stuff anyway.
You don't have time for painting.
I don't have time for
I really don't have time for painting. But no, the new Sigvald, he's modelled obviously with armour, which Demon Prince of Chaos Armour. He's got the shield, so my Demon Prince has got the charm shield most of the time.
Nice.
He's got the rapier, the sword of striking.
Yep.
He just works.
All of the cheese.
He just
lined up perfect.
That's the Demon Prince. But he works really well. The only issue I have with it is that his sculpted base is situated for a round base.
Yeah.
So it's going to take, I think you mentioned it yourself, soaring down the edges, so it does fit on the...
Get some plastic card over that or some green stuff.
Yeah.
Job done.
So it does, so it will fit on the 50mm base, I believe the Demon Princes are on.
Yeah.
But once that's done, and once it's all sanded down, and once it's all edged off, it should look,
Yeah.
it should look really good.
Yeah.
Are you gonna try and grab some wings from somewhere?
No, he's already floating sort of. His cape is already in that floating position. I mean, I could try. I don't know what sort of wings it'd be the size for him. It's
probably
I'd have to look at the
Demon
model.
Prince sized wings.
That's
But
it.
I'd probably go for feathery ones.
the Demon Prince wings are so big compared to the actual Sigvald model is only. I want to say if you guys can see about that big.
4 inches.
Yeah,
Vargas wings would probably be a good choice.
Vargas wings.
Yeah,
Vargas wings from Vampire Counts they could work.
Yeah, because you're going to build Cryptoris, so you're always going to have spares.
Yeah.
I like Vargas too, but you're going to have more
gonna have more
Cryptoris than you have Vargas.
I like the new Sigvald. I think it works really well as a standard Demon Prince, like for saying because the Demon Prince kit doesn't have a lot. It has options, but it's only got 3 if you're planning for only fantasy.
Yeah, it's
2 or 3.
not great that kit. I don't think.
Yeah.
It's got the Chaos Space Marine from 40k,
It's got
40k.
the bolter.
It's got the bolt. It's got the power
Yeah.
armor, but that's not translatable
It's
to
not
fantasy.
fantasy, no.
Not really.
So if the fantasy version of Demon Prince only really has 2 set poses or set kits for it.
This is
Yeah.
just like getting me.
Mm.
Yeah. Just the wind. But yes, so I think it's fair to say this would be a cool one actually for you guys at home if you're popping on social media and on Twitter or Facebook or Instagram and you've got some images and stuff. Definitely send them across
Yeah.
what you're doing with this new stuff because I'm a big Slanesh fan. It's well known. I think they're super cool and I'd really like to see what people are doing with these new kits.
Yeah.
I think
I
there's
think
some
just
wicked
in, general,
options there.
just in general, people utilising the AOS stuff for fantasy. I've
For classic fantasy.
for
Yeah.
classic fantasy. I've got a fair few bits of it myself. Like using my fantasy armies.
Yeah, I think that's the best use for it.
Yeah.
I do. I'm not nothing disparaging. You'll never find that on this channel, but you will find positive stuff about 8th edition Warhammer, and I think it's wicked when you can use those newer models to make that cool. Just brightens up your collection, flavours it up. Talking of new models that you can flavour up your collection with, Bellicor.
Or another
Yes.
another surefire purchase for myself. I think in the
I just
near
need to
future.
see how big he is.
I've seen a picture online and he is huge.
I'm thinking sort of like Bloodthirster size, like
He's
the
a-
Rathacorn
Once
Bloodthirster sort of size.
once
Yeah.
he's on his scenic base, he is huge.
That's another sword job, though, isn't it? I'm not even sure I'd put him on one off.
No,
I
no,
think you
so-
keep him off. I think you keep him off the.
Yeah.
the
I think his feet are at different levels, aren't you? So you might have to do
Yes.
something like on a rock or something,
Yeah,
or
start on the side.
cut a bit of the stairs out that he's on.
the thing that makes him so big is his wings.
Yes,
They are
yeah, the
so-
wings are massive.
They
aren't
will. I think compared to, they engulf his body in that
Mm.
sense.
That's cool, though, isn't it?
It's cool. It's like
It
he's
is.
like a bat sort of thing. It does engulf him. Like he could be easily used as a demon, not demon prince, a great demon, a regular demon's army.
Or Bellicor. I mean, he's got a
Or-
battle scroll.
He has got a battle scroll, yes. He has got a
And
battle scroll.
you know, maybe in an upcoming event towards the end of this year that we might be putting on about narrative adventure. I don't know. Maybe
He could be making
Bellicor
an
might have a
appearance.
character profile that
Who knows?
that was written actually before this release, but you know,
Ties in perfectly.
boom. So
And just while we're on the topic, what base size would you guys would suggest for him? Because obviously he's not going to fit on a 50.
he comes
No.
on he comes originally on a 50. I think you get him on a 50
I
if you're
have
smart with the basic.
I have
I
the
think you
ori-
might get a toe on a 50.
I have the original Bellicor,
So do
like
I,
the
yeah.
previous one, and the size can he's so much
He's
bigger.
tiny.
I'd need to look at it properly before I could be sensible, but I mean, I know John got a full Joe Keeper of Secrets on a 50.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was pushing.
That will be on the channel at some point as
Yeah.
well. He said he's going to send that over. So, I mean, I don't know. I think it just needs to see it and get creative. But
I reckon you could stick it on a chariot.
those old Bloodthirsters,
Yeah.
those are old Bloodthirsters, not old.
They're
but
not
those, those plastic Bloodthirsters, they all go on
chariot size base.
on chariot size
Yeah.
base, don't they? So,
Yeah, he'd probably be alright on a chariot base.
Mm.
I think his legs are too spread out to fit on a 50. That's like a 50 square. I think
Yeah.
that's what the
I also
problem
think a
is.
50 would look a bit too small on him. It'd look
Yeah,
a little
he
bit
would,
too
I don't think
comical.
he'd balance very well.
there's a
either.
lot of fantastic scenic bases out there, though.
Yeah,
There
Those
are,
sort of
yes.
build-ups
Yeah.
and things like that. So it might be worth.
or
thinking
make
about
your
that,
own
so.
if you are
That way
inclined.
Yeah, if you're into that. So
No,
Wait.
Bellicor,
we like.
Yeah,
We're a fan.
definitely.
We're giving you the big okay, big thumbs up, whatever old-fashioned things because I'm old. We like to do. So I've got like a brief dot as well for Cursed City. I know from talking to a lot of people that are interacting with our social media and our channel right now that don't fly aeroplanes that you might be able to hear. But I know a lot of them have got Cursed City or have been really getting excited about Cursed City.
so what is in Cursed City? Is it the vampire stuff?
Load of vampire
Yeah.
stuff. It's not the four
It's,
vampires.
no,
It's not the four
it's the
vampires.
skeletons,
It's yeah,
the
No.
zombies that are sort of bent over with a load of tombstones on their backs.
the witch hunters. That really
Yeah.
cool wood elf that's like leaping,
Yeah.
shooting.
It's almost like a start. It's like almost like a start set between vampires and empire at that point. You could use.
Ah,
You've not-
it's
you've
got
not
you've
got-
not really got
it's,
any armies. No.
Similar to sort of 40k's Blackstone Fortress, where you've got like
It's like that.
heroes on the good
okay.
side and then hordes on the
Yeah.
bad side. That
Oh,
sort of
okay,
thing.
right.
I think the thing with it though that I would say to all of you out there, I'm sure there's lots of creative hobbyists that can make something really cool out of that.
Yeah.
But the scale is humongous. They are huge. I've seen pictures of them side by side with regular infantry, particularly that witch hunter.
Yes.
That's a lovely model, but yeah, he's big. So
Yeah.
I don't know what the solution to that might be.
Yeah. So moving on to those vampires, the ones that aren't actually in Cursed City but are in their own box, the four vampires, they are also suffer from
The
the
Crimson
same problem.
Court, yeah,
Yes.
I've got them here too. So
They are beautiful models, and as we were discussing as well, 3 of them would make perfect Von Carsteins.
Von
Isabella,
Carstein,
with a tiny bit of conversion to swap one of her swords for sort of a chalice.
yeah, I'd get that off of the Cauldron Blood kit.
Yeah.
That's
That
really
works
easy
really
for
well.
us there. And,
Manfred is the one who I think comes with a mace.
Yeah.
yeah, that's just to swap
You
the
can
head
just
to the
swap it
side.
for the sort of side, and then
Easy.
Vlad is Vlad. The other
Yeah,
one
you
is
literally
The other one
looks
is just
exactly
flat.
like
Yeah,
Vlad.
it's flat.
And
But
then
they're huge. That's
you've
the
also got
problem.
that weird flying thing.
Yeah.
But
But they look huge. Like they are
I think
huge.
I saw pictures.
Yeah,
of
they
them.
are quite
They're
large,
the
aren't they?
same size as spear elf, but their height goes to the tip of the spear itself
Yeah.
rather than the elf.
Yeah.
I don't mind it quite as much of a vampire though, because I'm like vampires. I don't necessarily mind them being quite big and quite hulking, quite
Imposing. Sort of
imposing.
thing,
Almost
Yeah.
like it's like they're not actually that big, but it's the presence they have on the battlefield makes you sort of see them as that.
Yeah,
big.
I do think if you have them in a unit of skeletons though, who are themselves smaller than a spear elf,
Yeah, there's going to be quite.
they're
gap there.
gonna be sort of probably 50% bigger.
Definitely another one I'd love to see people send some pictures of what they've done within, because I am going to get them at some point. In fact, you got me some gift vouchers for my birthday.
I did.
And when I find where I've put that gift voucher, I'm not going to lie to you.
Obviously, care so much about
Oh,
his
yeah.
birthday present.
No, I was like, I'll put it for safekeeping, and then was like, oh yeah.
So
where's
safe,
that?
you
So
can't find
safe, I can't find it. Yeah. So I will find it, and when I do, I will pick them up at some point to add to my vampires collection and see how they pan out. But there's also, I think, with that's the underworld stuff, isn't it?
Yes.
The Skink Warband that they released for that, which I have
Yeah.
written here as Starblood Stalkers. They are
Phenomenal.
awesome figures as
Yeah.
well, and I think with a lack of like skink chiefs sort of out there and stuff.
You've only really got 2 variants of Skink Priest. You've got the plastic ones and the Cloak of Feathers ones at the moment.
I'm not even sure that one's still made.
Yeah, I don't
No,
think
I,
so.
when I
So-
was checking for my Lisman that I'm currently in the process of doing, they do still sell the Skink
Oh,
Cloak
do
of
they?
Feathers. They do
Okay,
still sell the
that's
Cloak
cool.
of Feathers.
You heard
I
it
believe.
first. They do still sell it.
They may have changed it in the past.
Blame Max.
Yeah. it's his fault.
But certainly, they're great.
Yeah.
I can't speak highly enough of them. If you've not seen them, go and see them if you're a Lisman collector, because you'll be very pleased.
Even if not, even if you just like as a painting project,
Yes.
they're lovely models.
Mm.
The Lizardmen models in general are great for a painting project because they've got those sort of natural tone, natural textures.
Yes.
Individually
the
painted, each
feathers
scale.
and- yeah, I mean, yeah, if you're psychotic, I mean that drives me mad. But yeah, even just for a painting project, they're
Yes.
big great models.
Yeah, big fan of that. So I've got a couple of other bits on here, which this one I actually think is probably the one that everyone should be listening to, because this stuff is all in the correct scale. It's all models that were produced before they changed over. So they've done 3 boxes for the Broken Realms releases. They've done one for the Ghoul Army, which is called the Mortarville's Hell Court. I can say that.
Good pronunciation.
Gotta love
which
those
has
new
got
weird names.
20 ghouls, a Ghoul King, which is the one that's like leaping off the
Yeah.
rock.
Yeah.
What I like about him is he's big, but his base piece is tiny, so you can get him on like a great size.
He's a nice model as well, actually.
Yeah,
He is
I've got a plan for him again with that narrative event in mind at the end of the year, but we will talk about that on a future.
Yes,
This
a
month
little,
on
little bit
Warhammer.
closer to the time.
Yeah, and you also get 3 Crypt Horrors as well, so box Crypt
Yeah.
Horrors, and that's. I think it's 50. I haven't for some reason wrote down the price. I've just wrote down the saving. If you buy it separately, you save 22 quid.
I feel like it's going to be 50.
Sounds about right, because I think the Cryptos are 30, aren't they?
Yeah. Yeah.
Ghouls are about 22, something
25,
like that.
I think.
Maybe, and then the
character's
character's
like
like
17,
12.
50.
I think he's only 12.
No,
12,
I
15.
think he's more than that.
Because I think how large the actual model itself is.
Maybe.
Because he's new.
Yeah. There
But
as well.
either way, that's a good saving,
Very
22
good,
quid.
yeah.
If you're looking to build on your vampire counts or start a ghoul element, that's a wicked choice. And all those models are still available.
Yeah.
Awesome, lovely. Noble Demons have got one as well called the Invidian Plague Host. That's easier to say. That's got 20 Plague Bearers, a Sloppity Bilepiper, and a Spoilpox Scrivener, or as I like to call it, 20 Plague Bearers and 2 Heralds.
Two
of
heralds.
Mordor.
2 heralds.
Yeah. That's the problem with demons though. You suffer on like herald sculpts,
Yes.
on different herald sculpts, but Nurgle is
No one has a
beautiful
lot of.
in that they've got those 40k characters who are basically just heralds, but are very, very different.
They're all sculpted very nicely.
They
Yeah,
are, as
and
well.
that one's even better. I think that's 55, and that's a £30 saving.
You basically get the characters.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I think that's great. I'd be all over that. And the last one,
Go on, let's see you pronounce this one.
I've just left half of it off. So it's the Empire Wizard Wagon box is what I've got written here. Cheap ones. So this is the Luminarch of Hysh and the Celestial Hurricanum. You can build 2 of the same, or you can build 1 of each.
Yeah.
Whatever you like.
And you
that's-
also get the wizard, which you can put on foot.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah,
or
and
two wizards.
that's called a
Yeah.
Zintil War Magi.
Yeah,
But there's some bits
the
that go
name's a lot
before that.
longer. Yeah. If
Which
you
I've
watch
just
the
not added.
Empire Biome for Beginners,
Yes.
you'll
pronounces
you'll
it.
listen to me attempting to pronounce it.
But that's insane as well. That's 50 quid for 2 wagons, and they'd normally cost you 70 quid.
Yeah.
And they're both good choices.
Yeah.
I think, you know, the Hurricanum is probably the slightly more competitive of the two.
Yeah.
But I think the Luminarch can be really good as well.
If you've got the Hurricanum and you've got the points for a second one, you might as well have the
Look,
like one of each.
Dispelled Ice for free is still
Yeah,
good.
exactly.
And I think it gets a bit of a bad rep. I've seen a few years ago a guy built an army around it, and he had like he had that and a war altar, and he had like 40 greatswords and 40 halberdiers, and it was like, oh, it's not a very good army. And you're like, he had magic res 2 in the halberdiers with a witch hunter. He took magic res 3 on a guy, on a wizard, I think it was, in the greatswords, and all of a sudden you're like, these guys have got
4
up for 3 up.
4 ups or 3 up wall saves.
Against magic.
They're all +1 to hit in
against
combat.
spells. They're all +1 to hit because he had both the wagons and the war
+1
altar.
initiative as well.
Re-rolling because he had a war altar to go with it. And then they've all basically got a parry save,
Yep, because they got the 6 up.
which
wall.
is really nice. And then he had I can't remember if he had a lot of light or a lot of metal wizard with it. I've got to be honest, it was at a tournament a long time ago that I saw this.
I would imagine it's probably light, I'd be guessing.
But metal is very good with that one as well, I think, because you can add to the armour save the great swords and get them up really high. You
Yeah.
have to the hit and the armour piercing to
Yeah,
them as
to
well.
up arm
Yeah.
save,
You
as
get them on basically automatically hitting. So
Yeah.
that's pretty cool. So yeah, that's a great choice for models that have been sort of released / re-released in the last month or 2 in this case. And then the last thing is all of the merchandise that we've actually got together on our
Indeed.
on our website. So if you like to express your Warhammer opinions through the means of t-shirts, I would recommend checking out our shop to do that.
Yeah.
And also if you like the dice we're using the battle reports, Triple Crown dice, we've got those too.
Ice bags, hoodies
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah, hoodies too. Yeah. So there's more to come. There's more things that we've got in the pipeline that we're working through at the moment. So obviously, if you like the product, please take your time to support it because it's all cost a lot of money to put together.
And we hope you do like it. You know, there's what 6 different designs on the t-shirts.
Yeah, 6 different
designs.
Designs.
2 on the hoodies at the moment. And you know, so hopefully there'll be something for everyone.
You can have your name or nickname put on the back of the hoodies
Yeah.
as well. And we all have on the channel. You don't see the back of us too often.
Yeah.
We all have our little channel nicknames. I'm hoping that hasn't cut the top of that off. And
you were basically just twerking in front of the camera there.
yeah,
for a second.
let's
hope that's not the case.
let's not go down that route.
No one wants to see that.
No. So, but yeah, you can have your name put on the back of the hooded sweatshirt as well, which is pretty cool, I think. So, let us know what you think on the social medias, as I like to
All right,
call
Grandad.
it. And we're going to move on to the month in our hobby.
Yes.
So I think we'll all take a little bit of a turn. Do you want to go first, Scott?
Yeah. So, well, over the past actual calendar month, I've not really got too much hobby done because we've been obviously
Busy.
working on getting all this up and running, getting all the videos filmed for you guys. But in the past sort of couple of months, I've been assembling or acquiring. Let's not say assembling because I've bought it all built. A Dark Elf army. Not your standard. You know, witches and cauldron.
Not yet.
not your standard tournament
yet.
feel for that.
No,
Yeah.
I've
Not
got a
yet.
cauldron, but I've only got about 10 witches. No, it's much more of a sort of monster mash.
Yeah.
A couple of hydras, a cryptis, some bolt throwers. I mean, it's got some executioners in there, obviously.
Has to have some punch.
Yeah,
There's nothing wrong with
but
it.
you know, a bit different, a bit fun as well. Looking forward to using that. As well, I've been working on my Nurgle demons, getting them painted.
They will be on the channel soon, won't they?
They will be
are
on the
not
channel
far
soon.
away.
Yeah,
So-
next few months, couple of months. I bought them a little while ago, probably about 6 or so months ago.
Yeah.
But only actually started painting them probably February this year, so a couple of months ago now. And yeah, getting them done, all with contrast pretty much.
I was
Contrast
going
and
to say,
washes.
I would really like you to put an article up
Mm.
on the article library when you're sort of close to the end of them, just talking about how you've done them.
Yeah,
Because the speed that you've smashed them out at,
Yeah.
and everything
Contrast
I've
does
seen
help.
just
Yeah.
looks so good. I just think that's exactly
even
sort of
even the
thing people wanna
characters.
see.
I've not finished a character. That's a lie. I finished a herald, but that's the only one I've finished so far. But I've got sort of Epidemus, and I've got the standard sort of herald. And even those, they've gone so fast, and they still look really good.
Yeah, they do. They really do, which
Yeah.
is why I think you should tell people
Yes.
what you did, because it is simple, but it's great.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
that's-
Let us know if you would like to find out more. But as James said, they will be on the channel soon, actually, so you should be able to see them pretty soon.
Awesome. What's your
Yeah.
plan for next month then?
Finish those Nurgle Demons because they need to be on the channel soon.
Cool, yeah, that'd be super cool.
Other than that, I might actually start painting the Dark Elves. I've got some ogres. I've got some vampires that needs painting. Yeah, I've got a lot that needs painting. But probably going to be focusing on those demons.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool to see as well.
Yeah.
Be nice new games for the channel as well.
Yes.
Some good classic matchups there
Yeah.
that we can put together. What about you, big man? I know you talked about Sigvald earlier. What
Talk
else
about
have you
Sigvald.
been adding?
It's probably quicker to talk about the armies you haven't added to,
Added
isn't
to,
it?
yeah, probably is.
I have a problem buying new armies. It's not even, so no,
The problem is he doesn't own them all yet. There are still new armies that he can buy.
So from Warriors Chaos, I've recently started purchasing all the special characters that
Yeah.
are still produced. So I own my usual 2,500 points, 3,000 point army of Chaos anyway. I don't own any special characters. I only own a few. Ones I use. So recently I
I'll
purchased.
tell you what, I don't own Archeon, and apparently Archeon owns me.
You right, he
That's
does.
a side point.
So I purchased Valkyria and Village to Curseling.
I love her model.
They're
do,
both
yeah, I
they're
like
both
that.
supplied
Yes.
by GW recently.
Yep.
I managed to get hold of a metal Sigvald, old Sigvald,
Oh, nice.
off of eBay,
Nice.
which was quite nice. So
Yeah.
it wasn't too bad. It's easily in my collection.
Other auction sites are available.
Yeah, indeed.
Are they though?
Yeah,
Gumtree. I don't know.
yeah.
Okay.
Other auction sites are available.
I've also
I haven't used them, but yeah, they're available.
They're available.
I also purchased a Throt the Unclean. That's
That's,
Skaven.
that's
You
Skaven.
didn't purchase him.
Throg the Troll King. That's what I also got. He's in
Lovely.
there, so I need to purchase.
Blows my mind. There's a competitive Chaos player you didn't already have him.
Because I don't like the army. The army list you build around, I don't like it. It's so susceptible to just one or two spells.
My Wood Elves are all over it, mate.
Exactly.
Purple Sun.
So we've got a Throg. I need to buy some trolls. Maybe 18.
Ah, run
Who
on his
knows?
own.
Maybe 18. Run on his own.
Maybe 18 trolls. Who knows? So that's what I've been added to my chaos. I purchased a Orcs and Goblins army towards the end of last year. Like literally.
You purchased mine in December.
Yes,
last
I purchased my half of it, and then I finished it off with whatever Scott had in
year,
his.
which I'd
in
bought
his
probably 2 years previously and had never been out of the
Yes,
box.
so I purchased.
Apart from 10, which I've test painted in contrast.
Oh, I love buying stuff off Scott because he rings me like 2 weeks later and he's like, I found another box of that stuff in the shed. I'll bring it over when I see it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got a lot of Orcs and Goblins. I say started to paint. There may be 5 Savage Orcs have been painted.
So that was a
Of how
pretty
many?
liberal use of the
Yeah.
term started to paint.
Started to paint 5 Savage Orcs out of, in the army, 70.
70?
There's
my.
I haven't seen this list yet, obviously.
there's 40 just Savage Orc Biggins, and then also for whatever reason 30 bows of Savage Orcs. So need to be painted, and also need to paint all like the 200 odd goblins you gave me.
240, I think. Yeah.
240 night
I
goblins.
think there was 6 units of 40. Yeah.
So
Wow.
I need to start cracking and painting that because they also need to show up on the channel at some point in time.
Yes.
It would be cool if they did as well.
And in terms of purchasing an army, which is my favourite part of it, I've started planning to purchase a Beastman army.
I mean, you have been saying for the past couple of weeks that you want to spend, was it £300 on Razorgore?
I want to put on my army a unit of 18 Razorgore. Yeah.
Do they still make the Razor Gore?
Yeah, they do.
They do.
They still make the
I
Razorgore.
see.
So I do want to spend, as Scott said, £300 on
They're
18.
like £15 each. aren't they?
£15.50.
You know.
I-
You've been looking.
I have been tempted so
You
much.
wouldn't
but
want to fight it though, would you? Like,
No,
just that big
God,
unit of
no.
Razor Gore.
They haven't got a bad stat. You can't
The
bubble
leadership.
on them. Their
Their
issues
leadership's
should.
pretty rubbish.
Yeah,
leadership,
but-
leadership 6.
I suppose you make them take a pack.
I think their only weapon skill like 3 or 4 as well.
I think I'm still 4.
Yeah,
It's
alright.
not bad.
Strength 6 on the charge, 3 wounds apiece, 4
Four
attacks.
attacks, that's what makes them.
The peak charge is real, so I'm starting to purchase it. I may not go as hard as 18 straight off the bat. I think on my checkout list on GW's page is at the moment 8.
Okay, that's still a hefty unit.
It's still it's a unit of 6 and 2 redirect speaks.
Redirect. That's because you didn't have enough redirectors in a Beastman army.
Your
Really?
entire core is
Not
redirect.
It's a unit of 8 and some Ungor Raiders, mate, is what that should be. Right there.
But no, that is my future purchases, and then beyond that, looking at trying to find some Chaos Dwarves maybe.
Yeah,
I don't own every Chaos army so far. I own Warriors, I own Demons, gonna own a Beastman. I don't own Chaos Dwarves.
Or Skaven.
They're not Chaos.
They got shoehorned into being chaos in the
They're
end
not
times.
Chaos. My brother owns Skaven, so
Yeah, he
by
does.
There we
default.
go. By default.
You have access to Skaven.
Exactly. But no, so that I want to own the 4 Chaos factions, the 4 proper Chaos factions, as it were.
Just
But that's me. So
haunting.
What about you? What have you been working on?
You, man.
Lots of stuff for not me.
Yeah.
Is really where
You've
I've
been
been
doing
at.
a lot
So
of,
we were obviously with the lockdown and all of those exciting things. I didn't have a lot of work for my business because it's only 2 of us.
Event-based, isn't it?
We do that and schools and stuff, and it's a lot of that sort of stuff. So it's very when everything's shut, you can't make a lot of money. So I've done a lot of commission painting over the last year, and I'm just finishing off 5,500 points of 90s Chaos Dwarfs, the proper
Big ass.
retro and big hats, big hats, proper hats. And actually, they are going to be on the channel.
They will be.
They will be very soon because the fellow Chris Page, big shout out to Chris, has said that he's more than happy for us to use them in an upcoming battle report, which I'll tell you about at the end of this episode. You got to wait till the end though. So
you did also paint my Smaug, which was very
I
nice.
did paint a Smaug for you for Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautifully painted.
Thank you. Not as nice as Callum Harm. He's going to get shouted out all the time on this channel, by the way. But
other commissioners are available.
I don't know if he commissions actually.
No, I'm not about you.
Oh yeah, no, I don't know. Work's mad for me, and now we've got the channel. I don't think I'm going to be commissioning very much anytime soon. But beyond that, for Warhammer right now, I've got my Wood Elves, which obviously are currently on the channel fighting vampire counts.
Yes, they are. And your vampire counts.
My vampire counts. They are nearly. I'm just sort of like taking them up another level, basically. Yeah.
Basically,
so
my painting wasn't good enough because they were originally my army, which I sold to James and then regretted about 2 weeks later.
So I'm just sort of topping them up a little bit, but they're nearly done. And then I've got a lot of dwarves. A lot of
and
dwarves.
actual regular dwarves,
Yeah, which I've done like some testers for. But they're going to be Zufbar with the kind of Thunderhawk blue and.
You might have seen already. They do look pretty good.
Yeah, it's not. It's
sort of
pallid
just an
rich
off-white,
flesh. Yeah, so it's like it's that sort of ivory type colour, which I'm really going to work hard to try and get onto the sort of channel for summer.
Yeah.
Is the plan. So watch this space. We will have dwarves on the channel as soon as I can possibly.
We do
get
already have
them
a video
painted.
for dwarves with
We do.
with the competitive character series that's currently on the website.
So there's content for everyone, just not always on the actual
Not
tabletop
always,
at the moment.
not always on the battle reports, but obviously that is our aim to get there as soon as reasonably possible.
It will, and
Something
obviously
for everyone.
as restrictions come down, we'll have more guests coming on. We've got quite a few people that are really keen to come on and have a chat with us on this section of the channel, and also
maybe not so close to you. I'm not sure everyone would want to get that close.
We'll just sidestep Scott's really unpleasant comment.
Well, with that colossal waist, I'm not sure they fit on the sofa.
I get it. Yeah, you just want to be me. I understand.
That's the definition.
I just want to open my Wood Elves again.
Just wants to be me. But yeah, so we are going to have sort of guest armies on as well, aren't we? It's part of the plan for
people
some
that own more
as
armies
well.
than me.
Yeah, but I mean, between us,
many
we
own
have
more
got
than
a
you.
pretty vast collection of
Yeah,
so
really
there's
is.
lots still to come that's not on there now that we'll talk about at the end today. So I think that is the month in our hobby
It is not much
side of it, and we'll, if you're interested, we'll keep you updated. So we're going to have a little chat about the social media buzz, the things that are going on the social media channels at the moment. So
yeah, we've had some good. Obviously, we had the daily previews. What would it have been? It would have been 2 weeks ago.
yes,
Now when this goes out, on the sort of run up to the 25th to launching, and you know, some really good feedback on there. Lots of interaction is the word I'm looking for. Lots of interaction with all the posts. I apologise if you're in as many fantasy groups as I am and it got spammed everywhere. Hashtag sorry not sorry.
it really did.
Get the word out there. That's what it was.
And you know, it works at the end of the day. It works. We had loads of great interaction, which you know, obviously we thank you all for.
Yes,
For those new old Triple Crowners and to the new ones that hopefully will be joining us.
Yeah, indeed. And yeah, you know, it's been generally really positive.
yeah, awesome.
Yeah, we've had some couple of questions from you know, people asking if certain armies are going to be on the channel and what we think of certain armies. I know I had one from one of the guys in the Bretonian group. I think he's the admin actually of the big Bretonian
Really?
group.
That's
yeah.
really cool.
Benjamin, I believe your name is. Apologies if I got that wrong. If you're watching, yeah, it was awesome to get that sort of interaction actually in our sort of first week of letting everyone know what was coming.
Yeah, well, we've had quite a few people messaging about the Triple Crown tournament as
Yeah.
well, which we are going to touch some stuff on in a bit.
Yep.
In this chat, and also just people being really nice. It's
Yeah.
really silly, but
Yeah,
people
just
being
generally
really
really
nice.
positive.
We've got like 100 follows on Facebook.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's just amazing. So you guys are awesome, and I mean, we never doubted the community. I don't think
No.
because we've
No.
Because of how
tight it is, yeah.
It has to be a tight
Yeah.
for not obsolete game, but for a
The
dead
game
game.
is- yeah.
well, yeah,
everyone's
for-
got to be as tight as they can to keep it going. to be
as
honest.
Mr. Benison says, an unsupported system. I like that. That suits me down to the ground.
It's a
here,
nicer
said like
word
that.
than dead game.
Yeah, much better. I like that. That's being #stolen from Alan. So I also, as always, you'll see whenever we do
Studio
The
nearly
wind-
taking off there.
studio taking off.
The wind is very
but
strong
it's
today.
pretty strong.
It is, yeah.
But,
To be fair, we've been lucky with it. It's not actually been
yes,
that bad.
yeah. I mean, when you're filming videos in like April and May, it's
Yeah.
pretty awesome, isn't it? You're not expecting a lot, and it's been
In
decent.
polo shirts as well.
Yeah. So it's quite nice today. But as
Is it though?
yeah, it is. As ever, I'm just going to take 2 minutes to give a big shout out to the Champions Destiny Facebook group. If you're watching us for the first time and you've come to us through a friend or through YouTube or whatever other channel or mechanism you've found us, hi. And also, get on to Facebook, get on to the Champions of Destiny group. Particularly if you're UK based and you actually want to go to events and you
Yeah.
want to really have that positive fantasy engagement, that community is amazing. Big shout out to Mark Pete as always for starting it, and just everyone that gets involved in that. You're all my hobby heroes. So
Yeah. And as James was saying, there are events, or obviously pre-COVID and hopefully post-COVID, there are events everywhere, all over the country, up and down, run by us, a couple run by us, but you know, loads run by other people as well. Sort of Derby, Sheffield, Cardiff we've got coming up.
Yeah,
this year,
well,
I'm sure we'll touch on.
Yeah, Warhammer news, man. So don't
yeah.
don't blow all the content now.
Hold now, boy, hold.
And loads of different types of events as well. It's not always the events for those like super competitive players.
No,
There definitely are those, but there are also the narrative style, which we again do one of.
We do run as
There's
well.
also Hellfen.
Yeah, I mean,
back
let's
in September.
let's segue ourselves across. I'm gonna cut Scott up and segue into Warhammer news because the first item of Warhammer news is the upcoming events. So as you said, Cardiff Crusade is a competitive tournament at the end of September, the 25th, 2-day event. Yeah, 24th.
Sounds about right.
25th or 25th,
Yeah.
26th. I should have checked before we came
Yeah,
on, but
should have really.
obviously it is sold out. So I mean,
Yeah, so a lot of tickets
I'm
sold.
really only talking to people that are going, I guess. To that, but
And you would hope they know.
I hope they know. Yeah, we are going to be going down.
Yes,
Quite a lot of us actually. There's us,
Yeah.
and then most of the gaming club that we're a part of are coming down too. We're really excited.
Yeah, I think
they
there's sort
are
of 9 of us,
using Triple Crown comp.
Well, they said a variation. I haven't
Well, I
seen-
know Chris said that to me. He said there's going to be a variation. We still haven't seen anything
No.
that yet.
So I think we're currently basing our list around the current comp.
Yeah,
comp
Triple
Yeah.
Crown, yeah.
And then if they do release the variation, then obviously we can change up as we need.
Yeah, I mean that's I can't imagine if you're going to start with it. I can't imagine the change will be massive.
No, I'm thinking
So-
maybe it might just be missions. and
Maybe
things that might
might
change.
be the odd up and down
Yeah.
for points on stuff,
Yeah.
but I mean overall you can find that as ever. If you're watching us on YouTube, you can find that on triplecrownwargaming.com.
Yep, on the downloads page.
So if you want to get an idea of how it works, but it's very inclusive composition. I think it's probably fair to
And
say.
it's very intuitive as well, to be honest. Once if it's completely new to you and you've never seen it before or anything like it, it is really intuitive. You know, you could give it a read and then in 20 minutes you'll be able to write arms and go, oh, this is a +4, this is a -5, whatever it might come out to be. It's really simple.
It's also 7 years in the making. 7 years at this point.
This would have been the 7th year, but
Yeah.
obviously we lost a year for
Yes.
COVID.
Yeah, so
but
this
but
is
it's 7 years
it's a
since
7 years
we
project.
did the first ever one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and
It's almost a decade old.
well, I did an interview on Toy Soldier
Yeah,
Tales
you did,
last weekend. Well, a little bit before that, but it was out 2 weekends ago now. I'm getting
Yeah.
confused with the days because obviously we film this and then it goes a little later. But obviously we talked about a lot of that on there, so it's well worth checking out Toy Soldier Tales. Alan and the team over there are great guys. They're very good friends of ours, and we were really pleased to go on. We will go and do some stuff in the future. They're going to come on and play some games
Yep.
when things change as well, so we're really excited about that. So check them out too. Their podcast, and they do some battle reports too. And
They do,
They use
yeah.
the Triple Crown system for most of that, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, but back to events. you've also got Health and Reform, like you
Health
said.
and-
Now,
yeah.
that I was talking to Tim about this, and he said he thinks the date's gonna possibly shift, but that will be something I think we talk about in the future a bit more strongly. I don't
Yeah.
think they've got a firm date. I think that East at the moment he's just got sort of like a
It was around
October, November, wasn't it? But I think that's going to shift possibly to early next year. So, but don't quote me on that. Ask
Yeah.
Tim specifically what the plans are. But
Health and Reform is.
It's
What-
Facebook page.
It's a Facebook page, I think. And the way the tournament itself, well, it's not a tournament, it's like a
it's
campaign.
a big event. It's
It's a
Yeah,
big
it's a
event.
big
and
game.
one
why
big game, isn't it? Yeah.
Tim's been working hard on it to get it sorted for everyone. He's been working
Yes.
around the clock to
Yeah,
everything
he
done.
New sort of
Done on his own as well, which I
Yeah,
think is
yeah.
well worth bearing in mind. It's going to be about 20,000 points aside, but everyone's got like you've got like different state armies. You've got
the
like
Empire.
Like fiend armies.
yeah,
Yeah.
like
The vampires have got
not the Elector Count. You've got what's the guy, the Grand Theogenist.
Yes.
You've got like his army, and
Cult
then,
Sigma.
yeah, and I think you've got like for dwarves, you've got like I think there's going to be like an actual like King's army, and then also like a Ranger army maybe,
Yep.
and I think there's been talk of Slayer army. The vampire stuff, he's
Vampire,
done
there's
loads for,
yeah,
hasn't he? Yeah.
loads. They've got obviously Manfred's army being the main main vampire at Helfen. You've got a Strigoi army.
I think so. Yeah.
You've got I don't think it's specifically a Blood Dragon, or it might be. It's a white army, isn't it? The one that's
Yeah, he's got a white army,
it's a white
definitely.
army.
So check
there's-
that out.
There's a lot.
It's
yeah,
cool.
check it
There's
all out.
loads of
Keep up to
there's
date on
loads
the
of like
page.
unique units in
Yeah.
there as well.
Yeah.
He's really gone in, and I think it's gonna be wicked. I'm trying to get my dwarves painted for the channel for the summer, and then I'm going to top the points up to go to this. Hopefully,
Yeah.
using them.
I'll be coming along. I won't be playing because I don't own any of those armies. Surprisingly.
No,
Well, what can I say?
if you did, they wouldn't be painted.
No, they wouldn't be painted. They would be painted. My Warriors of Chaos have only just been painted last year, and I've had them for 10 years now.
Yes.
Super harsh. And the last one, our event that we're going to just briefly cover today, and I think as we get closer to these events, we'll talk
Yeah,
about them in a lot more
definitely.
detail. Is Mark Pete's event that he's
Yeah.
running, which is the Smash the Titans,
Mm-hmm.
which is the first weekend in September, and that's I don't know a massive amount about it because I just haven't had a lot of time
I
to
think
look.
it's a 1 day.
It's a 2-day.
Is it a 2-day?
But I think the first day is like single player games and the second day is doubles.
Okay.
So I think that's going to be really cool, particularly for those
interesting
guys
format.
that like to mix it
Yeah,
up and
yeah.
change flavour and stuff. So we will get more information across to you guys
Yes.
on that. But again, my understanding is tickets have sold exceptionally well, if not sold out already. So apologies if you haven't had a chance to get it and it's up your alley. But do contact Mark.
Yeah.
Again, Champions Destiny, you can find all the details out there. Whew. So,
A lot of events coming up for,
There is.
yeah, lots of stuff.
after a year of not having any. People are
Everyone's been itching to
chomping
get back
at the
on
bit.
the tabletop.
Yeah, well, we are going to have Tim on, who's doing Health Every Fault.
You can ask him about that as well.
Yeah, he's very keen on getting on with us. So, so it's just going to be a case of when, because we don't
restrictions
Zoom
allow
it
and-
or any of that. We
Yeah.
like to
Yeah.
do it face to face. So
Live.
when
to you
that
guys.
happens, he's going to come down and we're going to do some content with some battles and stuff as well. So he's
Yeah.
going to have lots of cool stuff. But we're definitely going to try and get him on this month in Warhammer to talk
Yeah.
about his events. So yeah, I think that's the sort of
That's all the ones that we've got coming up. isn't it?
Warhammery news as well. Really, I'm not
Yeah.
sure there's a huge amount more that's going on right now. It's a lot of
No,
planning, isn't it?
yeah, a lot
to
of
get
planning.
back to life.
Yes.
Get back to some semblance of normal tabletop gaming.
Mm.
Yeah. I mean, I for one cannot wait until like the gaming clubs are open again.
Yes.
We don't have to battle with the elements
Don't
to play a game of
have
Warhammer.
to battle with the cold, the wind, and the
Struggling
sun.
enough battling us.
Oh, I'm Tyrion. I need my granddad's armor.
Well, apparently, I'm not going
He
to.
didn't.
I'm
He's dead
not.
now.
I'm not going to spoil. I'm not going to spoil anyone enjoying that video. I'm sure that people are going to be pleasantly surprised with the outcome. So.
I was.
So we're going to move on to our topic of discussion for this week, which is all about the Triple Crown channel and sort of getting ourselves off the ground.
Mhm.
And also in the same process, we're going to have a little mention about the Triple Crown GT, because I know there are a lot of people
Yes.
that I'm getting a lot of emails and messages, and I'm sorry if I've not answered you very quickly.
He doesn't answer us very quickly.
So-
We don't feel bad.
But yeah, so I mean, the channel.
Mm.
It's been what, 6 weeks?
5-6 weeks.
5-6 weeks. Yeah.
That we really started hitting it
Yes.
recording's been 5-6 weeks.
No,
Yeah.
it's not even been that
No,
long,
is
is
it
it? No, it was
I think it's 4 weekends of recording.
4 weekends, yeah.
Okay.
And
To
it
record
is
all
it
this
is all in
content.
like our spare time, effectively. Like
Yeah.
we've got full-time jobs. I mean, James doesn't. James doesn't have a proper job. Me and Max have proper jobs. James pretends to work for himself. He just paints some models. But for me and Max, we have proper jobs. So we've had to fit all this around.
Sits at her desk, says she's got a proper job.
But yeah, as I said, we've done this in our spare time.
Yeah.
And it has taken a lot of our spare time.
Yeah.
Because you know, and maybe some of you guys out there have thought about it, have tried to start it before. You go, okay, well it takes, you know, a couple of hours, 3 hours maybe to play a game, but you've got all
Yeah,
the stuff.
it definitely doesn't take
No.
that to film a game,
God,
does
no.
it?
You've got all the stuff that goes, even without the sort of timing in between filming, you've got the editing afterwards,
Yeah.
which obviously Max does all of our editing at the moment for us and can attest to how long that takes.
It does. It takes its time. It's been once everything is up. It's been such a rewarding thing
Yeah.
to do. The editing, to watch it, be able to hopefully succeed. Or
Yeah.
hopefully just seeing the videos completed.
Well, everything that people have seen and spoke to us about has
Mm.
been so positive. So I really
Yeah.
hope that the community feel like they're getting what they were hoping for
Yeah.
when they
Yeah,
tuck
definitely.
into it. Because I think I'm really proud of it.
Mm.
It's been a
Yeah.
lot of, like I think that we just wanted to do it, didn't we? I think that's
Yeah.
really it. We talked about
It's
it on
been
and off for so long.
It's been so
long.
long. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we just thought, like, why not?
Yeah, I think I said to you in about start of March, maybe end of mid-Feb, something like that. I was like, you know what? I think we should just do it because, like you're saying, we've been saying about it for so long.
I know Tim, if he's watching, he's going to be
Yes.
absolutely jumping around furiously because he's like, I've been saying about this for years every time he speaks to me.
Yeah, well, let Tim jump around furiously. He's
So-
up north, we're not.
But no, you know, and it does take a lot of time, both before, like after the games, like we said, editing, before the games, planning what we need to do, when we need to do it. But it's actually a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun because at the end of the day, you're playing Warhammer, you're playing with Warhammer with your mates, which obviously some people may not have been able to do at all for the past year. Over a year.
Yeah, we are lucky. with
We
this
are
space,
lucky
aren't
that
we?
we've got this
Like,
outside
with this
space,
space and stuff. It's
Um,
definitely helped.
and
so,
it's just nice to be able to get back to that.
yeah.
And
I-
show you guys some new content, some new games.
I also think that, like, I know we've been hypercritical, so I'm really excited to see what people's actual feedback
Yes.
is and
Yeah,
stuff because
so am I.
certainly, like, I think that as we get back into that inside scenario, when we can move sort of into that inside space again and do
will.
it, I think it'll get even better. Do
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it'll get even better. But so yeah, I mean, I'm not sure there's much else to cover. It's all on the website. It's all
Yeah.
around, and
Yeah, we've got loads of different types of content. Obviously, we've got 2 different types of battle reports that are
Three.
three, 2 that are released regularly.
yes,
One
and then
two
one
really,
is,
One sort of in between one of those. We've got the deep dives for the more sort of competitive look.
Yeah.
At the
There's
game.
4 snippets we do.
Yeah, the 4 snippets, which are all sort of focused on competitive.
They're more competitive based. Fine
well,
for
the
beginners.
buying for beginners isn't.
No, yeah.
Actually, you just mentioned on your buying Orcs and Goblins earlier. That's
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
going to
that's
come up
coming,
soon.
so we'll go through that momentarily. But yeah, I mean, I think the thing is that we might not have been absolutely 100% clear. So you'll get, 4 videos that are sort of feature length, like hour
Yeah.
to sort of 3 to 4 hours, if you like.
Yeah.
You'll get one of those every week. And then if you subscribe, and you'll get one every other week if you just use if you subscribe as a Knight Errant rather, which is
No.
free.
Yeah. So you'll get one every
You'll
other
get
week.
one every other
Night
week,
Errant.
and then if you become a Knight of the Realm, you'll get
Yes.
one every week, which is pretty cool. And then the snippets are what you get as a Knight Errant as well. You get one of those
Knight of the
every
Realm.
Knight of the Realm even. Yeah, so Knight of the Realm, sorry.
James
Knight of the
knows
Realm
those subscription levels.
Knight of the Realms get a snippet every week as
They
well.
do,
So you
which
get
is
one
one
of
of
each
4.
flavour of
Yeah.
snippet every month.
Yep.
And that's every Thursday.
Yep.
They also get an article every week, which
Yep.
covers massive. We can't cover the topics of the articles because they cover just about every
Yeah.
hobby. And again,
Anything and everything we can think
there'll
of.
be
really.
guest contributors for
Yep.
that section as well. So and you get one of those every Tuesday.
Yep.
So you can basically, if you subscribe as a Knight of the Realm,
Well done.
you can get something every
2
couple
or
of
3 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which we're really hoping meets the kind of
Demand.
the
From people.
Yeah.
level the community wants.
Yeah.
So
And if you have any suggestions, if you are Knight of the Realm, you have any suggestions for any of those articles that you'd like us to do, or if it's just a sort of like a general topic, let us know on any of the socials. Drop us an email. Yeah, let us know, and we will be happy to oblige.
Yeah, and I think that just leaves us the enjoyable opportunity of explaining to all of you guys what you can expect to see this coming month. And clearly, which is what can you expect this month? So
Yes.
you will get a War Council game, so a competitive matchup between Lizardmen and Dark Elves, and these are two very cool armies because they're both armies that have won Triple Crown GTs in the past, which is really awesome. You've also got part 2 of the Scorching of Khemri campaign coming up, where King Satep is going to face off against a Chaos Dwarf army.
Yep.
90s.
90s.
We've also got a feature-length deep dive for Skaven, which I can assure you is an exceptionally long video.
So 39 magic items?
Yeah, there's a lot going on there, but if you are a Skaven collector, you are going to have a great time.
Yeah,
and most of their models are still produced, so if you're looking to do Skaven...
They've not even turned into a different faction, they are just still Skaven.
Yeah. That's a great shout for you. And then obviously you've got this video.
Yep.
And then you'll also have Orcs and Goblins buying for beginners.
Yep.
So that's building up from a 1500 point army to 2500 point army. Get a helicopter as well.
Low flyer.
So that's Orcs and Goblins buying for beginners. We're going to bring you a 20-0 tactics video designed to help you up your dispelling game.
Indeed.
Which is going to be courtesy of Scott this month.
Helmed by the Duke himself.
The Duke himself.
Not the Count, the Duke.
Yep.
We are going to have a competitive character series this month. Is going to focus on the Beast Lord for your Warhammer armies.
For
Beastmen.
you budding chieftains out there.
Yep. And we have got next in our series of Magic and Mundane articles, videos, snippet videos, which are going to focus on the armour that gives you ward saves in Warhammer.
Yeah.
So Armour of Destiny, Armour of Fortune, and our Gambler's Armour. Yeah, so lots to come.
No one ever takes it, that's why we're not sure of the name.
Lots to come. Just a final brief word on the Triple Crown GT this year, which I know lots of you are wondering why we haven't put it up yet, what's going on. So I'm going to be really honest with all of you, which many of you will hopefully know by the time this video is released anyway. But I'm just going to put some colour on to the story, which is that unfortunately we've run the event at Wayland Games in Essex for the last 5 to 6 years, depending on how you want to count it, and that's been great, and those guys are really cool. But with COVID and the changes to their business, what we have is a situation where we can't get an event booked with them before the 21st of June. Now that's not a date for an event, that's we cannot physically get a date in the book until the 21st of June. So we have a date in August that we'd like to work with that I'm really reluctant to be really specific about at the moment, because I don't want people to book it off until I've got it absolutely nailed down.
Fingers crossed, by the time this video goes out,
it will be done and dusted and
you
you'll know all about it.
Yeah,
but,
you should be able to get your tickets.
Obviously, if we can't book that till nearly the end of June, it's just not a workable scenario for us. So, we've had to take that really difficult decision to move the venue.
Yes.
Now, the problem for us is that we were kind of under the expectation that we would be able to get this booked in and organised in April. So we kind of pushed that back already. And now that's sort of not worked out quite the way that we were hoping.
No.
So, again, I don't want to be too specific about where it's going, but hopefully you will know very shortly where it's going.
Well, hopefully you'll already know.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah.
By the time this goes out,
hopefully by the time this goes out, you will have already seen it, you've already got your tickets, you'll be really excited.
Yeah.
What I can say is it's very likely that it will be slightly smaller numbers than in previous years. I don't think we're going to get a venue with enough space to do in the 40s this year because of the kind of short notice nature of where we are. So, but please do bear with us. Obviously, that we're really lucky if you're into Triple Crown and you're excited about it, because there's lots of other events this year are going to be using the Triple Crown comp to run their events, which is really cool. But we will have Triple Crown GT. Please don't worry about it. We are getting a venue sorted. Hopefully, by the time this goes out, as Scott said several times, we'll have a venue sorted. Everyone will have their tickets. Everyone's going to be super excited. We're going to be super relieved, and everything will be straight and up the line. But we just wanted to be clear as to why. It's not a lack of us wanting to do it. It's not a lack of sort of proactiveness or anything like that. We just
the difficulty of securing a place.
It's just kind of fell into really strange shape, and that's because of that issue with the venues and the sort of communication there, whatever
Yeah.
way that is round. It's not worked out quite as well as we'd hoped this year, but it is going to still run. And going forward, the intention is that it will still run every year. And you know, we're already putting plans in place to make it bigger and bigger from next year onwards as well. So please don't think that it's going to become some tiny peripheral thing. It will still have the ability to do all the things you want, but it will be from next year that it gets larger again. This year the numbers will be slightly compressed. It's not going to be a tiny event by any stretch of the imagination, but it will almost certainly be slightly compressed, and it will be in an entirely new home, which we are so excited to tell you about. But until we get the confirmation specifically to be definite and yes,
Not going to mention anything.
I'm not going to say it, because I just don't want to get people up and excited or whatever. But it is going to happen. It is going to happen.
Yes.
So I don't need to worry about that. And
even if we have to invade James's garden,
even if we have to do something really crazy, we'll make it happen. But on top of that, there will also be a narrative event run by us at the end of the year, and once we've organised this venue scenario,
we can start on the next one.
We will be able to do that. But I can tell you that the pack is ready. There is new missions, new characters, new magic banners,
New story time.
New story time.
Well,
if you've
story
been
time.
before and you like
Everyone's
some story
favourite
time,
part.
and it does follow on from the Scorching of Kemri. So if you didn't get to come to that event, or if you are watching the videos now, this next event will follow on, and you'll have more details about that too. And that is still sort of slated on to be around end of October. And again, we have every expectation of delivering that just the same, as it's always been. So it's just this Triple Crown change at the moment that we're just getting over the hump of. But yeah. So, is there anything else you guys
Nothing.
want to add?
No,
covered everything.
no, I don't think so.
No.
Oh, just to say, James obviously mentioned the Scorching of Kemri event that we ran not last year, the year before. If you couldn't attend that, or if you attended it but want to, play for it again, the pack for that is also on the downloads page of triplecrownwargaming.com. So you can download that, have a look through the characters, the missions, and things like that, and play through the games yourself.
Just to refresh yourself of what
the story is.
What the story is
part
as
of the
well.
story. And in the articles library, a little bit closer to the next event, I'm going to actually collate all the story time from the Scorching of Kemri and put that up as well. So you'll have if you enjoyed story time, I know some of you did. If Luke Blackseal's watching, I don't care what he says, I know he enjoys story time. And you'll have a chance to read that through again and get a picture of where this event, this next event will be taking you based on where you've already been. So thank you for joining us today. If you are joining us on YouTube, make sure you head over to triplecrownwargaming.com. Sign yourself up as at the very least a knight errant. Why wouldn't you? It's free. And if you like the content and you want to see more, then have a think about those options to become a knight of the realm as well. I will pass over to my younger colleagues to talk to you about social media things.
Alright, so as James was saying, we are on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on Twitter, and obviously we have our website as well, triplecrownwargaming.com. If you search Triple Crown Wargaming on any three of those, you will find our page with the lovely golden crown logo. If you are watching this on the website, you'll also find links down below, which will be down there, I think. Maybe bottom right,
Below us.
bottom right. Where you can comment on anything. You can send us questions, anything like that. And we try and be really active on all the social media and get all you guys involved. But anything you want to see coming up, anything you want to ask about, let us know on that, and we will do our best to let you know.
Right, well, we will see you all next month in Warhammer. Remember to tag your friends and like, subscribe, and share today. What are you doing, mate?
I'm sharing.
It's not that sort of sharing, mate.
Oh.
Head over to triplecrownwargaming.com and become a knight of the realm today.